You're watching the SEC on ESPN. Kimberly Family Stadium in Norman has the Florida Gators visiting the Oklahoma Sooners for the first time ever. A three-game SEC series pops the top tonight, and it's one of the three remaining regular season series that each of these clubs has remaining. Oklahoma plays its final three-game series in Norman for the season beginning tonight. Standings in the SEC heading into the day. Georgia leads it. These two teams tied with Auburn for fifth place. Remember, the top 8 seeds when we get to Hoover for the SEC championship will get the first round bye, but the top 4 seeds, they get that so critical double bye. Great to be alongside the former Oklahoma Sooner Blake Brewster. I'm Chad McKee. So that's what's at stake as far as the conference is concerned. Lots of other things. NCAA, you think about that tournament. What is at stake for these two teams this weekend?
Absolutely a lot. Saving pitching going into the postseason. You have a national host opportunities. It's a big weekend. It's a good matchup.
Look at these teams on paper, and Florida has a little more power than does Oklahoma. At least that's what the numbers bear out. The Gators have hit more home runs this season, as the Sooners have. But you look at Oklahoma, they're more built for speed. They're second in the SEC in stolen bases and triples. But, Blake, is some of it not about the things you don't see on paper?
I think a lot of it is finding good pitches to hit and doing damage in the zone. I think Florida does a good job of that. Blake Sears homered 6 of the last 7 games. Oklahoma does it a little bit differently. They want to push the envelope and cause havoc on the base paths.
And you want good starting pitching. And as far as Oklahoma is concerned, a little change-up as far as their Friday night starter is concerned. With more on that, here's Carly Murray.
It will be one of Oklahoma's best guys out of the bullpen, Caden Leon, with the Friday night start. I asked Skip Johnson what went into this decision. He said he's been great for us this season, but he'll just be opening the game. We'll try to go to the bullpen about every 2 innings. So it looks like it'll be a Johnny Holstaff night for Oklahoma, Chad.
Thank you, Carly. Very well could be. Now, this is an approach that Oklahoma used in the Vanderbilt series when Leon went the first 3 innings, actually didn't give up a hit, and Oklahoma wound up getting the win. And Skip Johnson said they have been very good at the 2-2-2-2 model, if you will, by using the strength of their team, which is the bullpen, Blake.
Absolutely. And Cade Leon, a perfect guy to start this off. He's 1-0 on the year, 3.09 ERA. Fastball's up to 95. It's a really good outlook for a team that has struggled in the opening game series.
Oklahoma's regular Friday starter, L.J. Mercurius, not injured. And Skip Johnson was asked, is he available out of the bullpen? He said, absolutely. In fact, he could be the first guy that you see out of the bullpen tonight. L.J. Mercurius, super talented, but tonight it's Caden Leon getting the start for Oklahoma. And to look at the lineup for the Gators, 5 players batting .300 or better. You talked about what Sear has been able to do with 6 home runs in his last 7 games. He's got 10 for the season. He's riding a 9-game hitting streak. And in is Kyle Jones from the right side, the center fielder. And he's after the first pitch from Caden Leon. Kyle Jones, sophomore, super talented underclassman on this team. You start to think about the 2027 draft and where a lot of these guys might be, including the Gators starting pitcher, Aiden King. This pitch downstairs, so 1-1. What an interesting weather night we have for Norman, Oklahoma on the 1st of May. You played here many times, typically with a south wind blowing out to left field. Tonight, the wind is coming from the northeast.
A little bit chilly, too, right? It's going to be different to play in. I don't see the ball flying as much. It's going to be kind of a true atmosphere. It's going to be fun to watch.
There it is. Old Glory. Not real steadily ripping in. Gusts of about 15 miles per hour as we get started at about 68 degrees. That one bounces up there. Skip Johnson loves, obviously, the arm that Caden Leon has. He pitched for Skip's son Tyler at McLennan Junior College last season, so they knew about him. Caden Leon's dad Scott played in the Tampa Bay Rays organization. 9th season as head coach here in Norman. What a gauntlet these two teams play. And there's a fastball that swung on and missed by Jones for the first out.
This is a really good sequence by Caden Leon. He goes change up the pitch before this, then gets the fastball above the hands of Kyle Jones.
High strikeout numbers for Caden Leon that we showed you just a moment ago. He can run it up there. Brendan Lawson, one of those talented underclassmen up there for the Gators, the sophomore from Toronto, leading the SEC in on-base percentage. Freshman All-American last year. next year, he could be one of the very first players taken in the MLB draft.
And you see why that OPS number up to 1,200 shows power and to be able to acquire base, get that that first base bag.
Caden Leon's 1-1 to the second baseman Branch, who is an elite defender. 2 gone. This Oklahoma defense has been one of the strengths of this team. The 2 middle infielders, Jackson Willits and Kyle Branch, combined have committed 4 errors.
It's been so good, right? Just to have those 2 up the middle and just be able to play a clean defense. You know that any ball hit to him is going to be an out. That's got to be promising for a pitcher.
Here's Sear. Fastball rips through there inside to Sear. Blake Sear, the senior from Windermere, Florida. We talked about the 6 home runs in 7 games. 24 runs driven in conference games alone. That is tied for the second most. Leads this team with his .347 average and 43 runs driven in. Leon has fallen behind him. This one popped up. Big Oklahoma catcher Dayton LaChance over to have a look at it. Good crowd here. Youngsters in their uniforms, which you'd love to see at the ballpark on a Friday night. The Dirty Birds are in the house.
I like that.
Channeling some of the old Atlanta Falcons football teams. They were the Dirty Birds. Beautiful breaking pitch. And 2-2 now. Both these teams 11-10 in SEC play. Both coming off series losses last weekend. Leon's 2-2 is bounced foul. Both these coaches, you know, you talk to them about what's going on. Kevin O'Sullivan obviously upset the way that his team was playing. They had a team meeting before the A&M series. He said they got to get back to doing it the way that they do it. Used some Derek Jeter logic. Preparation allows you to perform under control. And he talked about the mistakes. Skip Johnson, he said, it is a game of mistakes. That's what makes it so challenging. It is how you respond, how you keep your head when you make those mistakes. And there is Skip. He said he felt like his team, the first 2 games at Auburn, they had some of the best energy that they've had all season long. Had a chance to win the opener, did win the middle game, and then Auburn just brought out the big bats in that series finale. Payoff pitch, shot up into the air. Willits, the shortstop, says, I got it. And he does. 1-2-3 go the Gators in the first. Sooners coming to the plate at home when we return. About to see one of the elite arms in the country on display for the Gators, as it was last weekend. Aiden King, see a career high 121 pitches. I mean, that is gutting your way through a start, Blake.
To me, it's 0 walks, right, Chad? He's just pounding the zone, getting strike 1. The fastball's 93 to 95. Really good slider, just a changeup to lefties, man. He's just a really athletic kid, fun to watch.
You think the Aggies were aware of how well he pitched that night?
Yeah, to me, he seems like a guy that you'd love to have on your team, but hate to play against.
Yeah, certainly so. 6'2", 205. Has a chance to lead the SEC in earned run average for 2 consecutive years. You see 178 is the top number on the club. He's got 4 straight wins, 7 quality starts, and he's allowed 3 runs or less in 9 of his 11 starts this season. Last 4 starts, just 5 runs allowed. So give us an idea of the repertoire. What are you dealing with as a hitter against Aiden King?
I mean, I think today in today's game, 93, 95 doesn't overpower you, right? These guys are used to that kind of velo. To me, it's being able to not be scared of contact, right? He likes to throw in to everybody. He commands his zone with the fastball, left and right, and he mixes off speed and when he can, keeping guys off balance. He
will face the Sooner leadoff man tonight. Camden Johnson hasn't been just a regular leadoff guy this year for Oklahoma. The associate head coach, offensive coordinator Reggie Willits has mixed it up at the top of the lineup, but this guy certainly fits what you want with a leadoff hitter. Speed plus And we've got an early timeout. Maybe a little difficulty with the pitch comm system going here for Aiden King. But Camden Johnson, 3 triples on the year. He's got an inside the park home run. Aiden King. I'm glad that we never seem to have trouble with our communication with we need our engineers to get on board with the pitch comp system. Maybe it would work properly.
That's just really good tech support, you know, getting on the phone, staying long hours on hold, and just understanding your equipment.
We call them the Geek Squad, the guys who can fix that sort of stuff. Not my suggestion.
I thought that was a trademark.
It was a little bird that whispered. It probably is, but you can always use them. David Coppins is the pitching coach for the Gators. Looks like King's ready to go.
Hey, first pitch of the game, fastball down the middle. Aiden King, let it go. It's 95, big dog.
You're saying the communication on that was not difficult. Bounced that one up. Looked like maybe he slipped a little bit. We'll take a look at the full lineup for the Sooners. Brendan Brock leading Oklahoma in home runs and runs driven in. Keep an eye on Dayton LaChance, the catcher down there in the 5 spot. He just had a 12-game hitting streak snapped, and he's driven in 14 runs in his last 13 games. His power has come alive for Oklahoma. Camden Johnson, Wichita State transfer, spent 2 seasons there. 22 stolen bases for him. That's tied for 4th in the SEC, so he's a threat if he gets over there to first. But that's tough to do against King.
This is what you see. You spike the changeup first pitch of the game, then strike 1, strike 2. Camden Johnson's now in a hole. Aiden King commanding the zone with a fastball.
Two balls and 2 strikes here to Camden Johnson. Had a 2-homer game with a grand slam in the Vanderbilt series. Oklahoma's been on the road and won a couple of road series. Gators have been real road warriors this year, as this one is line foul. Oklahoma road SEC series wins at LSU and Vanderbilt when they lost the first game. That's been kind of the bugaboo for the Sooners, is getting off to tough starts in these league series. But a couple of times on the road, they've still come back to take the series. Strike called there by the plate umpire, Matthew Wilbanks. And the first strikeout is on the board tonight for Aiden King.
It's just really good command. The fastball down and away, right at the knees, blacked out on the corner. Great spot.
So for Aiden King, first punch out, 61 on the season. Last 16 career starts, 11-3. Hard to beat when you don't give up more than a run and a half. This one squibbed towards Surowick, and King doing his job there, covering first. Brock retired on the first pitch that he sees.
Yeah, 1.36 ERA and 16 career starts, man. That's just incredible. 89 strikeouts to 23 walks in 100 innings. Really good.
So he takes care of Johnson and Brock. Here's Trey Gamble. Gamble, one of the most patient hitters in the SEC. He will take his walks, 33 of them. On base percentage, .425. That is 3rd best in the conference. To the second baseman, Kurland. Both teams go 1-2-3 in the first. We are scoreless in this SEC opener at Camry Family Stadium. We shall all meet at the Met in Hoover beginning on May the 19th. Single elimination format, and you see their seeds 1 through 4 get that double bye. If you're one of the top 8, you at least get an opening round bye. Right now, these 2 teams, they would be in that 5 through 8 category to get the opening bye, but slugging your way through that thing is as difficult as any tournament in the country.
Tennessee and Vanderbilt got it figured out. Won the last 4 conference tournaments between the 2 of them.
Ethan Surowick to lead off against Kate Leon, and he shoots one over the top of his own dugout over there on the first base side. Serwick been battling a little bit of a sore thumb. You see he's got that little pad there on his top thumb. That happened in the A&M series. Ole Miss transfer. Only 11 games at Ole Miss a season ago, though. A couple of fastballs. And 0-2 here on Serwick. Breaking pitch off the glove of Leon, and Branch will chase it down. He comes up with it, but safe at first is Serwick. And Blake, I think if Leon had not touched that, Kyle Branch is going to field it and get an out. What say you?
Yeah, so hard as a pitcher to just let that go, but Branch is breaking towards the center of the field, just trying to make that play. You'll see this ricochet just take Branch completely out of it. It's not well hit. Big deflection. Job by Branch, keep it on the infield, keep him to a single.
Base hit off the glove of the pitcher. First base runner of the night is Ethan Serwick. Here is Carson Bowen. Slashing away at that first pitch. Bowen, the TCU transfer. Very valuable experience on a College World Series team. And Kevin O'Sullivan's got the leadership qualities that you want in a catcher. Calls the game very well for the staff. Grounds into it early here in Norman as this one has popped up. Long run for the right fielder, Brendan Brock. I think the wind may help that go foul, although it was quite a ways up on the berm.
I think normal day, we got an out down the right field line. I think it brings it back in.
Most definitely with your prevailing south wind here in Norman this time of the year that we typically have. That's an out. See the berm up there? Oklahoma's got stadium renovations happening at Kimry Family Stadium in progress, and once the season is over with, they will really get to work on the new clubhouse and pitching lab. Back up the middle. That's a base hit. So the Gators posing a threat here in the second. Singles by Serwick and Bowen, and nobody out.
I think this is one Caden needed to kind of body up just right through the legs. A little 5-hole action. Carson Bowen picking up the knock. First and second, no outs.
Florida will take that contact, though, back up the middle, right toward the pitcher on the first two hitters. And an opportunity here for Cade Curlin. We'll see if maybe he's bunting. Not bunting. And a breaking pitch is in there. Curlin down to Tampa, Berkeley Prep. 36 career home runs. He's battled some injury, hand injury 2 years ago. Shoulder injury, shoulder surgery, in fact, last year. A little tardy on that fastball. Ripped in the hole at short. Through the left side. Serwick is going to get the stop sign down there at third base as the throw comes in from Desan Harris. But 3 straight singles to load him up for the Gators in the second.
Yeah, this is just too good a pitch. 0-2. Curlin up in the zone. Just a little hook barrel through the 6 holes. Single, single, single. Gators are knocking on the door.
Third base coach Taylor Black asking Serwick to shut it down in third, and a big chance here for Caden McDonald. First pitch strike to Caden McDonald. What a story he is. He is a pitcher. He's a two-way guy, but his focus as a Gator mainly has been pitching. 0-1 pitch, so they give him starts in the A&M series, and he hits 2 home runs. First home run, he said, I think I blacked out coming around second base.
It happens, man. It really does.
But his first 2 career starts, and he hits 2 home runs. He got 3 starts over the weekend. He's also made 14 appearances on the mound. 1-1 the count to him. He said He kind of picked up the bat a little bit more in the offseason. They plug him in. He's got a lot on his plate, Blake. He, like you, an organic chemistry major.
Yes, sir.
Rake and pitch. Johnson comes up with it. Throw to second, gets one. Crossing the plate is Surowick. A sparkling play. 1 out recorded, and now hang on just a second. Our second base umpire, David Savage, may want to have a look at something. He's calling the base runner at first base out on interference on the slide at second. The Gators do get the run, and I think they're gonna. Are they gonna move the runner back to second? Blake, take me through what's happening.
I think you're right on the interference call coming to second base. As far as moving the runners back, I'm going to have to wait for an explanation.
First place slide rule at second base. Florida's challenging. This is their first challenge.
So they'll review it. Centralized review here in the SEC.
What a blessing is field mics on umpires, Chad.
Go. I would encourage them to do it more often.
Right.
So they are looking at the play at second base. He said force play at second was the call on the field. That's all I heard. I didn't hear anything about interference, though.
It's a note late slide rule. But he got down. Oh, he's outside the baseline with his body. Maybe that's what we're looking at here. Yeah, he's completely on the inside part of that second base bag.
So Curlin gets cut down at second base. We do know that a run has crossed the plate. They've got all the base runners back out there.
And an interference call, if I'm not wrong, is a dead ball
After
call.
review, the call at second base is correct. It is forced play slide rule. Runners at second base and first base are both out. The previous runners on second and third will return back to their original bases.
So
Florida
no
has
run
one
crosses the
challenge
plate here for the Gators. The runners have to go back to second and third, and it's still scoreless. What a turn of events. Florida's gone from bases loaded and nobody out to runners at second, third, and 2 gone. Man, that slide rule to protect fielders is huge right there.
Right, and you got Curlin just trying to make a hard slide. It's baseball, kind of unwritten rules, but you got to stay inside the baseline. Especially in review today, you're going to get caught every time.
So here's Schwartz still with an opportunity to get Florida on the board with 2 gone. Again, we expect that Caden Leon will not go much more than 2 innings and that Oklahoma will have a pitching change after this. Three balls, no strikes.
I think you got to go back to the play Camden Johnson made. The ball was stroked in the 6 hole. Diving effort to get the first out for guaranteed at second base. Just a crazy turn of events.
So it's Surowick at third, Bowen at second. And 3-1 now. Fastball there from Caden Leon. And now Dayton LaChance, the Oklahoma catcher, having a little trouble with his glove. He'll get that taken care of. You see the maple leaf flag for the Canadian catcher, Dayton LaChance out of Sherbrooke, Quebec. Backup glove even has the Canadian flag. Man, that's attention to detail.
It's good. It's a really good look on it.
3-1, grounded to Branch. So the base is loaded and nobody out. And with the slide rule at second base, Florida gets nothing. Scoreless, headed to the bottom of the second in Norman. It's getting that time of year where we start to put these resumes under the postseason microscope. You see the Sooners, RPI 18, strength of schedule is 12. 4 wins against the top 25. They've got 6 quad 1 wins. And the D1 baseball projection has them just outside of being a regional host in the Hattiesburg regional. This Oklahoma team, some big wins. They got off to a great start. They went down to Arlington, won a couple of games against top 25 teams, including TCU. Oklahoma State is now ranked. They beat them down there as well. Sooners, the road series wins at LSU and Vanderbilt. Jackson Willits to lead things off. He's one of the finalists for the Brooks Wallace Award. National shortstops, both of these guys are. Brendan Lawson for Florida as well. Jackson Willett, such a leader. He and his wife Abigail welcomed their first daughter, Gracie Kate, just a few weeks ago. This pitch misses inside from Aiden King. Skip Johnson said he's been that way since he got to Norman. His dad, Reggie, the Sooners associate head coach, offensive coordinator. And younger brother, Eli, first overall pick of the Nationals. I believe he's at Fredericksburg in A-ball now. There's Reggie.
Just a talented family, right? You're absolutely right. Jackson Willett's a professional at bat. Goes about his business day in and day out.
Reggie, longtime big league career as a player and coach as well. I think Jackson was taken off the shin guard there, thinking he had ball 4. Instead, it's a full count. Gators with 3 infielders over on the first base side. Willett's fly ball to left. It's going to carry a bit. Sear back to the warning track to pull it in. Again, prevailing wind out of the south this time of the year. That's a home run, but it's a fly ball to the warning track with the wind coming in from the northeast.
Yeah, it's a really good swing on a fastball, full count, ready to hit on time. Caught it deep.
That wind not too much of a factor. I will say this, at this stadium, it's more of a factor when the ball gets above the roof.
Agreed. Now wind's blowing straight down. It's tough to elevate today.
Here is Dayton LaChance. Dayton LaChance has been on that tear recently. So I asked him, I said, hey, silly question, growing up in Canada, hockey background. He just grinned and said, oh yeah, I was a menace at hockey. 6'6", I would think so.
A bruiser defenseman, man. Just clapper from the blue lines all day long.
I mean, he's a catcher. So how about it being a goalie? How do you get one past this guy?
I don't know. I don't see him as a goalie, man. I know it's an easier correlation, but I just see him as a long stick defenseman, just coming in and cleaning it up.
I see him as an enforcer, whatever the position is, as he swats another one foul out of play. McLennan Community College. He played for Skip Johnson's son, Tyler, who is now an assistant at Dallas Baptist, Dan Hefner's staff. Fastball elevated. And the second strikeout for Aiden King tonight.
Really good sequence to LaChance from Aiden King. Gets that fastball elevated. Big swing by LaChance. Out number 2.
Here is Desan Harris. They slightly shift Lawson, the shortstop. Although I wouldn't call that much of a shift. He's, as the windup happens, he kind of goes out more behind second base. Starting in his regular spot there. Desan Harris having a good year. Batting .344. I'll take the count to 1-1. He's a walk-on here in Norman. Just the ultimate kind of a teammate. Skip Johnson and his staff had him at some baseball camps. He had some Division I offers, but chose to be a Sooner. Loved the environment. One pitch is in there. He was also a basketball player growing up in middle school, but he had a couple of knee issues as a basketball player, so he said, no, we're going to focus on baseball. 1-2, hit in the air, left center. Kyle Jones, the center fielder, called off by Blake Sear, who cruises over from left. And the Sooners go 1-2-3 for the second consecutive inning. No score in Norman, headed to the third. Or headed to the third inning in this SEC opener here at Camry Family Stadium. Let's send it down to the field with Carly.
Chad, what a day for the Leon family. I ran into Caden's mom, Erin, and she shared that she didn't even know Caden was starting today. She found out through a text from Dayton Taki's mom and said, hey, your kid's starting today at 9 a.m. this morning. She was like, what? So she hopped on the road from Austin, Texas, and just arrived in time for first pitch. Guys, we assume Caden didn't want to tell her because today's actually her birthday. And his brother's playing in high school playoff baseball right now, so I don't think he wanted mom to be divided and had to choose, and she chose to get on the road and come watch her son Caden. Guys.
Thank you, Carly. And he went 2 scoreless innings, no matter how you get him. Did give up the 3 hits. And with the slide play out at second base, Florida had bases loaded, nobody out, and got nothing. To the bullpen, as Skip Johnson said, going to approach it with 2-2, 2-2, and L.J. Mercurius, who's been the regular first night out guy in weekend series, enters out of the bullpen tonight. Does that change things much for him, Blake?
I don't think so. He's a guy that kind of just lives for the moment, just like his brother Xander as well. Guys just want to come in and compete, help their team win. That's what he's asked to do right here.
Great experience with the USA collegiate team over the summer. Transfer from UNLV. Man, he has had some big-time games for Oklahoma. Wins against Oklahoma State, Vanderbilt, Missouri, A&M, LSU series. Had a tough one last week against Auburn. 3 innings pitched and gave 4 earned runs. So he comes out of the pen tonight. Hayden Yost with a 1-1 count on him. L.J. Mercurius was just that guy until running into a couple of roadblocks. Blake, he is a strike thrower, though.
Yeah, guy comes in and pounds the zone, right? Fastball up to 94, 95. The slider's really good. The question has been kind of off-speed command. I feel like when he gets in trouble, the off-speed's up above the belt. You got to try to find a way to locate at the knees, get called strikes. Don't be afraid of contact. Make it weak.
Full count. Hayden Yost, junior from Tampa. Became a starter last year, drove in 39 runs. As he hits a ground ball to Willits. Beg your pardon, that's Camden Johnson, the shortstop, and the throw to first is not going to get him. Oklahoma shifting. Camden Johnson left as the only guy, and Yost is safe at first base.
I think we got an error on Connor Larkin. That ball was low to the ground. Larkin looks like he gets control of it and just pops out of the glove. We'll see another look at it here. Camden Johnson, nice job. Got to hurry, get it out. Yost with some speed. Yeah, just gets caught right on the heel of the glove of the first base mitt. Pops out.
So Connor Larkin has not played a lot at first base. Oklahoma has used several different guys at first. In fact, they've used most recently Dayton Taki a good deal. Left-handed hitter, but Dayton Taki got a little shaken up in Game 3 of the Auburn series on a back pick play, sliding in head first at second base. And so it is Connor Larkin starting, and the error. Oklahoma's not committed many errors, only their 33rd as a ball club. There's Dayton Taki. See if he is available. Just a little sore, the shoulder that got him on the back pick play in the Auburn series. 1-1 shot toward right field, and it'll be played on a hop by Brendan Brock. And the Gators again have men at first and second with nobody out. Kyle Jones now 1 for 2 after striking out his first time.
This is just a good piece of hitting by Kyle Jones. Fastball down at the thigh. Nice job going to get it. Backspin. Look at that quiet move through the zone. Great swing.
4 hits now for the Gators. And here is Lawson, who grounded out to Kyle Branch, the second baseman, his first time. .315 with 11 home runs. Gators have hit 57 home runs as a ball club. Oh, 1 pitch, a little bit low and away. Kevin O'Sullivan is talking about getting hits against fastballs in good counts. I mean, it sounds so simple. Remember, this is a team that scored 13 runs in 4 innings against Georgia, and they out-homered the Bulldogs. They out-homered Georgia 6-0 in that series. That pitch is a strike. Kevin O'Sullivan asked about regional and hosting and all that. He said, I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about getting this team on track and figuring out how to get back to winning. As the 1-2 pitch, pretty close to where the previous pitch was.
Yeah, I think Matthew Wilbanks behind the plate, understanding might have gave him a little bit too much on the inside corner, just making a slight correction on that one.
Ooh, but if you give, it's hard to take it away.
It's hard to take it back.
To the second baseman, Willits. Branch, they turn it, but the throw a little bit late. Sooners denied their second double play of the night. Slow roller there. And out number 1. Down to third will go Yost.
Yeah, kind of off the end of the bat. Willits quick. Good transfer by Branch. Just not enough to get Lawson going down the first base line.
So it's Lawson at first, Yost at third with 1 away. And a chance here for Sear to drive in the first run of the night. Sear popped up to the shortstop Willits in the first. Pretty aggressive approach, would you say, for Florida so far, Blake?
Yeah, free swingers, right? But there's a lot of swing and miss in the lineup, right? A lot of strikeouts, 300 of them on the year as a team, 362 to be exact. Guys that live and die by the power, doubles, homers up and down the lineup.
1-1 the count. You see the tear that Sear has been on. 6 homers last 7 games, riding a 9-game hitting streak. 6 of his 10 home runs have come in these 7 games. Transfer from Miami. And 1-2 on him. Spent 2 years at Miami. This is his second at Florida.
And it started out as a second baseman, then moved himself out into the outfield. Got to feel like that's kind of where he'll play at the big league level. Continues his success, 345 on the year, 43 RBIs.
Spoils a breaking pitch there from L.J. Mercurius. And let's send it down to the field with Carly.
Well, Chad, before Blake Sear came... excuse me, guys, going through a little coughing fit down here. Before Blake Sear came to Florida, he was actually at Miami, and he decided to enter the transfer portal, and he chose Florida because his dad passed, and he wanted to honor him, guys. Really sweet story.
Thank you, Carly. Honoring him well. Right in the middle of that Florida lineup, batting third. Big early situation in this game. Florida's had a chance, Blake. Did not capitalize. Fly ball pretty well hit to left. Over toward the line is Harris. And he'll make the catch in fair territory. Tagging at third is Yost. Throw goes back into second base, and safe out there is Lawson as Yost scores on the sacrifice fly by Blake Sear. It is 1-0 Gators here in the third.
Really good swing by Sear here. Prototypical day at El Dale Kimry Family Stadium. This is a home run. It's a 3-run game now. Deshaun Harris catches it on the warning track. Get it into second base. Good professional at bat. 2 strikes, elevating to the outfield.
So the early error comes back to cost Oklahoma as Yost, who reached on the error at first base, scores the Florida run. And the batter is Surowick. He had one of those 3 straight hits to start the second inning. LJ Mercurius deals low. Serwick checked to swing, and they appeal down to the first base umpire, Eddie Newsom, who agrees that it was no swing. LJ Mercurius out of the bullpen for the first time this season. This one is hit well toward the left fielder Harris, but he backs up, leaps, and makes the catch. Didn't look like he saw it cleanly off the bat, but Harris puts it away. Florida gets a run on a hit and an error, and the Gators have a 1-0 lead. Bottom three at Kimry Family Stadium in Norman. Three-game series opening up here tonight between the Gators and the Sooners. Florida's first ever trip to Norman. These teams played in the 2022 Gainesville Regional. We will take you back through all of that later on in the broadcast. What an event that it was. Some Florida fans have made their way here to Norman. It's the final home conference series for Oklahoma this year. They do have one more series in Oklahoma, but they're going to play Tennessee final weekend of the regular season. That will be, though, up the road at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark in Oklahoma City. Connor Larkin to lead things off. Lower third of the order for the Sooners as Aiden King has retired the side in each of the first two innings. Larkin had a couple of hits in the Auburn series for Oklahoma last weekend on the road. And he's got a hit here to start the Oklahoma third. First hit of the night for the Sooners comes from their first baseman.
Makes up for that error in the top of the third. Good swing here. Fastball away. Goes right with it. It's a freshman not doing too much. Just poking it through the 6-hole. Beating the shift. What do you know, Chad?
I know that I've never seen convincing numbers. You know, we talk about it when they beat the shift. We don't really talk about it when they hit it right into the shift, do we?
Yeah, I think we give a pretty fair representation of.
Okay. I hope so. Larkin took a couple of steps towards second as Kyle Branch squared around to bunt. Kyle's brother Colby and his SEC leading Georgia Bulldogs in action this weekend as they are hosting Missouri. This pitch swung on and popped up foul. Branch out of Lucas, Texas, Lovejoy High School. Just an elite defender. He had 9 putouts, 9 against Auburn in game 2 on Saturday down there in Auburn. And I would say 6 of them were highlight reel material.
Yeah, the offensive numbers not where he wants them at this year. Had a really good freshman season, promising. Kind of fell into that sophomore slump, but the defense plays.
That it does. And then he's quick to credit assistant coaches Russell Raley, Reggie Willits for his defensive prowess. Skip Johnson said he's been good out there in the field since I saw him first. This one pulled slowly to third. A couple of hops down there for Schwartz. And Branch is out number 1. So it kind of works like a bunt. As Larkin gets moved along, the Sooners put the potential tying run in scoring position. Here is Jason Walk in the number 9 spot tonight. He's batted some in the leadoff position. Another guy that can really go get it out in center field. Hit 9 home runs last year. Not the power surge this year. Showing bunt on that first pitch. When he is on all cylinders, this is quite a baseball package. After that 1-0 pitch from King. Going to throw in behind Larkin with Brendan Lawson, the shortstop, over to take that throw.
Good idea by King here. Freshman on the base pass at second base, just trying to hit the little back pick. And I think you might have something action-wise from the Sooners.
Off the end of the bat, slowly toward first. And Walk leapfrogs it. Avoids being hit in fair territory as the count rolls to 1-2 on Jason Walk. Aiden King, he's got that great repertoire split finger pitch that really can put guys away. There's a fastball, a little bit up and away. Full count here. Walk trying to have a patient at bat for the Sooners with the one away.
He's doing a good job. Worked it full here. Just trying to turn the lineup over. Get that bat in the hands of the leadoff hitter. Find a way to get a free 90 here.
King does not give in as Walk rifles a fastball out of play. Florida, not just King, but the entire starting rotation. I mean, Liam Peterson tomorrow, junior from Palm Harbor, Florida. He'll throw at 100 miles an hour. They got Russell Sandifer as well. This pitching matchup tomorrow, Blake. You know, as broadcasters, we get in free as Walk takes the walk. Pitching matchup tomorrow, I would pay a good deal of money to watch, as Oklahoma is going to send Cameron Johnson, who throws 97 and can throw 100 if he wants to, out there against Liam Peterson. Oklahoma's got a threat here, trying to tie it up. First and second and one down. That was a patient at bat by Jason Walk.
Absolutely right. It's like we talked about, just passing the stick. Now you got runners at first and second. Less than 2 outs. Got to find a way to capitalize and push one across.
Camden Johnson now struck out his first time against King.
You're right. We get in free for tomorrow, but if you got you have nothing going on, get out here to Kimry Family. It's going to be an excellent matchup. You don't really get to see guys throwing 100 back to back like that. College ranks, we got a blessing tomorrow.
Now, Liam Peterson could be selected in the top 10. As Cameron Johnson last week, he got a win, 5 2/3 innings. He threw 110 pitches, Blake, and 100 pitches were fastballs from Cameron Johnson.
Just kept going, man.
He said, I just knew if I was in the zone, there wasn't anything they can do. Here are the numbers on Aiden King, 2 1/3 innings as Bowen goes out for a little conversation. Walks a rarity for him. 2 strikeouts, though.
Yeah, just his 14th walk on the year. Almost 63 innings.
(2-0) as another fastball misses up and away.
If you're Camden Johnson, you got to know that a fastball's coming here and got to be on time to it. Cannot miss it. You don't get Aiden King in a disadvantage counts too often.
Gets the fastball on the outer half. Would you have offered at that one?
I probably would have had to retie my shoelaces. Called time, stretch the back out, you know.
Would you have put it in play?
Nope.
And this one slashed foul. So the count is all square now. 2-2 on Camden Johnson. Really fits Oklahoma's chaos style of offense. Runs, got some power as well.
I think that's been the plus this year. He's 22 of 25 on the stolen base category, but the 7 home runs in that leadoff spot occasionally has been an eye-opener.
It'll stay 2-2 on Camden Johnson. Kids are getting a workout chasing foul balls. Kimry Family Stadium, it's undergoing improvements. They had some before the season started. The new outfield fence, which you can see through, new bullpens here at the K. And the new batter's eye wall out there in center. 2-2 in the air, well hit, right field, fair or foul. Yost over to have a look. This ball is foul.
Camden Johnson stopped running, and he knew he kind of hooked it quarter of the way down the line. It's got to be tough as a hitter to see that thing just walk, keep walking, stay fair.
Camden Johnson battling with one of the best arms in the country. And got him, did King. Big strikeout for out number 2. Third strikeout for the right-hander.
Yeah, this is just a really nice job of King. Switching the eye level, gets a fastball above the hands, catches Camden Johnson in swing mode, ties him up. Big strikeout for out number 2.
So Oklahoma got a leadoff walk, or I should say leadoff hit by Connor Larkin, then a walk to Jason Walk. But it's up to Brendan Brock if the Sooners are to do any damage against King. Brendan Brock hit one to the first baseman, Surlwick, back in the first. Brendan Brock, ultra athletic guy, can play shortstop. They've had him at center field in a game or two. He's played right field, the corner outfield positions, and a catcher as well. He has split time back there with Dayton LaChance behind the dish. Foul ball came up, got a piece of Brock. 2 strikes on him now.
Yeah, 22 of 24 stolen bases. It's pretty good for the catching position, I'd say.
Good, as they like to say, positional size at 6'3" and 200 pounds. How do you feel about positional size? Is that a thing?
I'd just call it projectable, right?
Yeah. Slow roller to third. Fair ball. Everybody is safe. Almost like a bunt base hit for Brendan Brock to load the bases for Oklahoma.
Yeah, if you're Schwartz, you got to let this one go and kind of play out. Play the skip to my Lou, let this go. These so often have a tendency to turn left. It's kind of a really good bunt. You got no chance of throwing the speedy Brock out. Let that go. See if you can get that to go foul.
So a quick mound visit here with the bases loaded and 2 gone in the 3rd inning. Oklahoma trying to tie it. Kevin O'Sullivan having a look here at maybe an adjustment for Aiden King, or just a little calm him down kind of a talk by the head coach. And he said after the series last weekend, he said, I'm not looking at anything favorably, honestly. I'm just worried about our team and how we can improve. I'm not looking at it any other way. And, you know, as he said, you know, this league this year, so much parity. Mistakes get magnified. And he talked about it. You know, an error leads to a run. You get a bobbled ball out in the outfield. 0-2 changeup, and you give up a hit on something like that. It's just those little things.
I think both these coaches do a really good job of just making it about the lesson, right? How can we learn from these mistakes, right? Let's just try to block everything else out, good or bad, and just focus on getting better every single day.
Yeah, I don't think there are any better than Skip Johnson at that you just talked about. This pitch, that's it, this pitch. Hey, what about hosting a regional? This pitch. Comebacker here by Gamble. Little underhanded flip, and that will take care of it. Oklahoma loads the bases, but gets nothing. And we go to the 4th with the Gators on top, 1-0. Vance, Jake Bennett, your former teammate, and he is starting tonight for the Boston Red Sox against the Astros.
Big for him, man. Proud of him. I think he's doing pretty well, too.
So that was the previous meeting between these programs. And then the Gators would go all the way to the national championship game the following year after Oklahoma made it. LJ Mercurius back out there, 1-1. Carson Bowen. So LJ had an error that led to a run. It's an unearned run on the board. One. A little elevated that time with good location. Okay, question for you, Blake. Skip Johnson has talked about using what is the strength of this team. It's not just one or two pitchers, it's the staff, as he said. He's right on the money. If LJ Mercurius goes pretty smoothly here, do we see him for a third inning tonight?
I think you do, right? If you got an unlaborious inning, you send him back out there, right? He's used to filling up innings for you. You've got to find a way to even though you're going 2-2 and 2-2, that's your plan. You've got to find a way to extend these outings to get into tomorrow and Sunday. You don't want to use everybody you got on Friday night, because then you got 2 games still to play the next 2 days.
Carson Bowen singled back in the second. They had a full count. 3 straight singles for the Gators. And then Caden McDonald hit a ground ball. Oklahoma got an out at second. And the illegal slide play out at second base on a slide by Cade Curlin. 2 outs. Oklahoma got a double play on it. And Florida ended up getting no runs. This one foul to third. What a huge play that was.
Yeah, Taylor Black doing a nice job. Got the easy hop, Chad, right? Look, if it's hot or it's spinny, you leave it alone. Let it go down the line.
The 3-2 pitch pulled to third. 2 hops for Camden Johnson on the run. And 1 down. LJ Mercurius looking good so far. He's had some struggles recently. You know, to be fair, in SEC play, it's only been 2 difficult outings, though. The numbers are a little skewed because of those 2, because he's had really good outings against Texas A&M, LSU, Vanderbilt, and Missouri.
Right. I think the Texas series, Woody kind of opened his eyes up a little bit to the SEC gauntlet. You know, gave up, I think, 8 or 9 in that outing.
And then last week, tough against Auburn. But Oklahoma still had a chance to win in that opener had they taken advantage of some of the things that they had. Cade Curlin singled as well back in that second inning. That one just a little bit away. One of the others that we could see out of Oklahoma's bullpen is LJ's younger brother, Xander Mercurius, as this one is also to Camden Johnson. Near collision there at first base, and Larkin leaning toward home plate to come up with that throw. It is out number 2.
Back-to-back 5-3s. Love to see an adjustment here from the Gators. Get another look at this throw. Nice job by Connor Larkin getting a little bit. Woo. Easy, stay on your feet. Good. Athletic over there.
How about making all 3 outs at third? And a 1-2-3 inning for LJ Mercurius and the Sooners. It is 1-0 Florida, headed to the bottom of the 4th. Gators lead 1-0. Home team coming to the plate here at Kimry Family Stadium, and the home head coach Skip Johnson joins us now for a couple of moments. How do you feel about it so far? Got LJ coming out of the bullpen tonight with 2 solid innings.
Yeah, we just opened Caden and then let LJ come in and try to give us some innings and see if we can get to the bullpen.
What's the key to getting to Aiden King tonight, Skip?
Hitting the fastball.
Good deal.
You know, you got to be on time with the fastball. The guy's really good, and he's going to attack, and that's what they do.
All right, Skip, we appreciate it. We'll let you get back to it.
Thank you, guys.
Sooner head coach Skip Johnson, kind enough to join us. We appreciate the coach interviews that they give us a little bit of their time, because it is moving down there in those dugouts. Oklahoma back to it here with Jackson Willits, middle third of the lineup to face Aiden King. So as Skip Johnson said, fastball, got to hit that fastball. Aiden King can live with it, but his location is as good as anybody.
Yeah, it takes me back to that Camden Johnson strikeout last inning, right? You get a 2-0 count and you take a fastball middle away. Got to find a way to jump on that.
Jackson Willits hit a fly ball to the warning track in left his first time up that was caught by Blake Sear. .291 hitter with 4 home runs is Jackson Willits. Nine homers and 48 runs driven in last year. Led the Sooners with 56 runs scored. Strike 3 called. Aiden King strikes out the Sooner cleanup batter, Jackson Willits.
Just
4 strikeouts.
Everything's in the zone, Chad. This is a fastball right down the middle. Normal day, Jackson Willits swings at this, probably hits it up pretty good, but when he locates every single pitch, it's hard to be on time for all 3.
1 strikeout in each inning so far for Aiden King. And here is Dayton LaChance. LaChance was a strikeout victim, swinging in the second. 1-0 Gators on a sacrifice fly by Blake Sear. LaChance hits this one in the air to straightaway center. Kyle Jones ranges back and backpedaling onto the warning track. Squeezes out number 2. Deep ballpark, 405 out there in straightaway center, and plenty of real estate for the speedy Kyle Jones.
Really good swing by LaChance right there. It's a fastball middle. Gets the barrel to it, but just not flying today.
So here is Desan Harris. Base is empty. 2 gone. Bottom of the 4th inning. Sooners had a chance in the 3rd. Singles by Larkin and Brock. Jason Walk had a walk, so they had the bases loaded, but came up empty trying to tie it. Harris slashes this one down the left field line and just foul. Desan Harris, postseason came around for Oklahoma last year. He was on the Chapel Hill Regional All-Tournament team. Not an everyday player, but just one of those guys that you have to have. Program builder, as Skip Johnson has said, and ready when the opportunity is given.
And he's earned himself in the lineup, right? Friday night in the SEC, you've earned that. It was never given to you. Just go about the business the right way. Really good teammate, really good dude.
Had a good series against Missouri. A homer, had a triple, and had a 3-hit game as well in that series. 2-2 now. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Aiden King, 3 2/3 innings scoreless so far. Had that mound visit when he ran into a spot of trouble in the 3rd. And that seemed to get him right where he needed to be. Strike 3 called. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Both looking. One of Willits, one of Harris, and a 1-2-3 4th for the SEC ERA leader, Aiden King.
Goes right back to the fastball, Chad. See him spot this thing up on the bottom corner. Freezes Desan Harris for his 2nd strikeout of the inning. 5th of the night.
in this series opener. Kimry Family Stadium in Norman with Blake Brewster. I'm Chad McKee. Lone run came on a sac fly, top of the third, by Blake Sear. And indeed, L.J. Mercurius will go back out for a third inning of work. Out of the bullpen tonight, relieved Caden Leon in the third and gave up the run, but there was an error in the inning, so it's an unearned run. Here he deals to Colton Schwartz, Hayden Yost, and then the leadoff man Kyle Jones to follow for the Gators. 2-0 the count. So we showed you Oklahoma's tournament resume earlier. Here's the case to be made for the Gators. The good has been very good. And D1 Baseball has them as a regional host. RPI is 17. When you think about the wins, they're 13-5 in quad one games. 13 quad one wins is tied for the most in the country. And the road wins beat number 4 Georgia and then number 4 as well, Arkansas on the road. They won the series against the Bulldogs, the sweep of Arkansas, and their road wins. They are 8-1 in top 25 road games. Now, unranked foes have troubled them. They're 17-11 in those games. Both these teams will be bound for the NCAA tournament. They are regulars under Skip Johnson and Kevin O'Sullivan. You see that stat, 8-1 in their last 9 top 25 road games. This would be their 10th. Swing and a miss. L.J. Mercurius out of the bullpen with his first strikeout of the night. One away. And there's the unranked foes.
It's a very weird resume,
isn't it?
12-5 against ranked opponents, obviously 11 of 16 against unranked. That's unheard of. You know, if they took care of business against the teams they should, they'd be in the top 5 in the nation in all the rankings.
But I have long said, look at a team when they're at their best.
Right.
To right field, Brendan Brock gently moving underneath this one. 2 gone in the 5th. So the Gators still projected to be able to host one in Gainesville, but slipping a little bit according to the projected field. 4 seed, then an 8 seed, 14 seed.
It's all about timing that good baseball up, right? If it's Hoover, find a way to get hot, regional wise. You got to find a way to catch lightning in a bottle. 64 really good teams coming into a tournament. It's hard to continue success all the way through. Got to find a way to keep doing it.
But as Kevin O'Sullivan said, just concerned about getting his team to play their style and the way that they want to play. 0-2 here to the leadoff man, Kyle Jones. He had a base hit back in the 3rd. 1 for 2 after a strikeout in the 1st. That one bounces down into the turf. Dayton LaChance able to stay on top of it. You see the midweek games. And the last 8 since April 14th, 2-6 into the night. LaChance blocks another one. Blake, what do you think of what you see from L.J. Mercurius so far?
I honestly think it's a different look. You got Caden Leon coming in. They both throw the same, right? It's the same velo, but he just seems more confident. Being able to locate some off-speed pitch. Gets Kyle Jones down 0-2 here. Now it's worked at full. Got to find an out pitch.
Here's the payoff with 2 gone. Pop up. Connor Larkin at first says, "It's mine," and it is. 1-2-3 inning for LJ Mercurius. He's worked back-to-back 1-2-3s for the Sooners, and we're halfway through this one with the Gators on top 1-0. Let's reset where we are. Florida had the bases loaded and nobody out. This ground ball to third off the bat of Caden McDonald, and Kate Curlin was called for sliding out of the baseline. Florida thought they had a run. Instead, it was a double play, and the runners had to go back. They got no runs on that play, but then this sacrifice fly in the top of the third by Blake Sear that scored Hayden Yost from third is the only tally so far. And Aiden King has been Aiden King. He has given Oklahoma but 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, no runs. Connor Larkin has one of the 2 Sooner hits. Leadoff single in the third for the Oklahoma first baseman. Downstairs, this, of course, one of the games around the SEC tonight. Alabama and Vanderbilt got their series started last night. Pretty crazy game. John Lem with a walk-off home run for the tie. They rallied to win as Larkin smokes this one into the right field corner. He's charging for second base. Hayden Yost is up with it, and Connor Larkin is 2 for 2 tonight. He's got a leadoff Sooner double here in the bottom of the 5th inning. How about this freshman?
Yeah, 2-0 count. Gets an advantage, finds the fastball. Aiden King lays it in there. Belt high. Connor Larkin does a job. Freshman banging it around right field.
That is double number 2 on the season for Connor Larkin. And for Oklahoma, that is double number 82 as a ball club. And the Sooners again have the tying run in scoring position. Bunt shown here by Kyle Branch. Gets it laid down. King will field. And the throw is in time, taken by the second baseman, Cade Kurland. Down to third with the potential tying run goes Larkin.
Really good baseball right there. Got a low average hitter, but handles the bat well. And Kyle Branch, leadoff double. Now you got a runner on third, less than 2 outs.
Gators bring the infield in as Jason Walk stands in. Walk drew a walk his first time up. And 2-0 as that fastball is outside from King.
You got to think differently with running and scoring positions. 2-0 count. You may not get the fastball over the plate here. May look some off speed. Find an approach, keeping your windows, and just trying to elevate through the middle of the field.
And so now the Gators want to chat. Carson Bowen, the catcher, out to visit here with King. 2-0 count with a man at third base. Other SEC series that are going on. Mentioned Vandy and Alabama. Missouri is at 5th-ranked Georgia. Tennessee at Kentucky. And then you've got 3 other top 25 matchups. That's just a routine weekend in the SEC. This is one of 4 top 25 matchups. 17th-ranked Ole Miss at number 22 Arkansas. 10th-ranked Mississippi State at number 4 Texas. Number 8 Auburn at number 7 Texas A&M. 2-1 now with that fastball. Big chance for Walk with the leadoff man Camden Johnson on deck and only 1 down. And the count goes to 2-2.
2 strikes. You just got to pass the bat here. Aiden King doing a nice job getting back in this count. 2 competitive pitches to get Jay Walk off balance.
This will score the run. The ground ball to Kurland allows Larkin to cross the plate, and we are tied at 1-1 in the 5th. Jason Walk gets the job done for the Sooners.
Good job right there, shorten up the swing. getting the ball to the right side. Fastball out and away. Just little hook barrel. Gets the job done. 14th RBI in the year for Jason Walk.
So bottom of the 5th inning, the Sooners get it tied, and they get the leadoff man to the plate. Camden Johnson 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Certainly need to capitalize against Aiden King. And how about Connor Larkin tonight for Oklahoma? 2 for 2 is this freshman with a double, and he has scored the tying run. Johnson hits a fly ball to the left fielder Sear. Inning over, but game tied. Connor Larkin a double and scores to make it 1-1 headed to the 6th. That the Tide had last, or I should say, yeah, they had last night. Alabama and Vanderbilt. Been a fun series in Nashville so far. First pitch swinging here is Brendan Lawson. Hits it foul past third. Also got South Carolina at LSU, Tennessee at Kentucky getting underway tonight. These two teams are tied for 5th coming into the night in the SEC, tied with Auburn. Oh and 2 to Lawson. He's grounded out once to second base, once to shortstop.
I think this is what Mercurius has done good all night. He's gotten to advantage counts for himself. 0-2 quickly to guys, putting them in disadvantages.
And his 0-2 is swung on and missed. LJ Mercurius with his 2nd strikeout.
Yeah, locates another fastball. It's kind of a waste pitch, but ends up being pretty close to the plate. Gets a swing and miss from Brendan Lawson.
Here's Blake Sear. Drove in the Florida run with a sacrifice fly to left field in the 3rd that scored Hayden Yost. LJ Mercurius now at 3 1/3 innings. After Caden Leon went the first 2. Hit that off of his foot. 1-1 on Sear.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good. Came off the toe pretty hot, too. Not a whole lot of padding on those Nikes.
You can protect some of that area, but not all of it.
See where it gets him.
Like on the heel.
Yeah.
Launches this one as he turns on it, drives it way out of here, but way foul. Get somebody to retrieve that thing. Oklahoma bullpen is now straight away to left field. Used to be kind of off the field and over to the left. Florida bullpen down the right field line. Guys in the pen can watch every minute. This one hit foul as well. Count stays at 1-2 on Sear. There's the Oklahoma bullpen. A little stretching. Believe that is Xander Mercurius, LJ's younger brother, who is getting loose, along with Jason Bowden for Oklahoma. Fourth inning of work for LJ Mercurius. And Blake Sear battling away with him. That one skips through the legs of Dayton LaChance, sending the count to 2-2.
It's a really good batter here by Sear. Seeing everything Mercurius has. fighting it off, trying to find a good piece to hit.
This one foul outside third. Camden Johnson's been a busy guy down there at third base for Oklahoma tonight. So it stays at 2-2 on Sear. These two teams will play the middle game of the series tomorrow. Weather's supposed to be good here in Norman this weekend. That is a 6 p.m. start. Sunday's finale is at 2 o'clock. LJ Mercurius thought he had strike three. Instead, we'll have a payoff pitch. And I think we got more glove trouble here for Dayton LaChance. So maybe this is the original one, or
no, this is the backup.
That is the backup.
He likes the black leathered one. See him trying to break that pocket in right now, but the black one is loose at the back. On that web, just keeps coming loose. Gonna get it retied.
Popped up on a 3-2 pitch. Over toward first, the second baseman Branch in fair territory. And that's out number 2.
Really good at bat by Blake Sear. That's an 8+ pitch at bat. I know you popped up to the second baseman, but you just drug the pitch count out of LJ Mercurius by a lot.
LJ Mercurius has retired 11 batters in a row. The last man to get a hit was Kyle Jones back in the third. Bases empty and 2 gone. Here's Ethan Sirwick. Sirwick singled in the second and then flied out to the left fielder Harris in the third. Strike one has been a commonality for LJ Mercurius. Little flare backing up is the shortstop Willits. That is 3 straight 1-2-3 innings out of the bullpen for LJ Mercurius, going strong. We'll see if Oklahoma's bats come alive in the bottom of the 6th. Right to regionals, supers, and then June 12th in Omaha. These two teams have been recent guests in Omaha. Oklahoma all the way to the championship game in 2022, and Florida the following year. Gators have been to 9 of the last 15 College World Series. Here's Brendan Brock, the number 2 batter in the Oklahoma lineup. Gets under this one and pulls it foul down the left field line. 0-2 the count. Brendan Brock 1 for 2. He had a single in the third. He's also grounded to the first baseman tonight. Power numbers have been there. 9 homers, 40 RBIs to lead the Sooners in both categories. He can give you the lead in a hurry. But an 0-2 pitch is cut on and missed, and it's strikeout number 6 for Aiden King.
King's been going to that high fastball all night long. 6 strikeouts tonight. Just elevating, changing eye levels. But when you get up 0-2, it's easy to go anywhere. Just pounding the zone with fastball command. Sprinkling in off speed when he needs to.
Pitchers duel here at Kemry Family Stadium. Here's Trey Gamble. He takes a strike. Gamble came up with the bases loaded, had an opportunity in the third, and hit a comebacker to King. He's grounded out twice in this one. Rifled back into center field. That's a 1-out single for Gamble. Sooners have their 4th hit.
It's good adjustment by Gamble. Roll over to second base, roll over to the pitcher. Then he sits slider on an 0-1 count and serves it back up the middle of the field. Just a professional approach from the veteran.
So the Sooners put the potential lead run aboard with 1 away in the 6th. By the way, I failed to mention when these two teams last went to Omaha and to the championship game, they both lost to SEC teams. Oklahoma falling in 2022 to Ole Miss, and the Gators the next year to LSU. Willits struck out his last time. He's also flied to left, hit one to the warning track and left. 1-1.
It's a really good backdoor slider to get ahead by Aiden King. Even this count up to 1-1.
Throw over, chases Gamble back in. Gamble can run. Oklahoma's second in the SEC in stolen bases. 93 of them. Only Kentucky has stolen more.
Gamble 13 of 16 on the year.
Between Gamble and Camden Johnson and Brock, they've stolen 57 bases between the three of them.
Got to be on your toes. Got to be able to handle runners. I thought Auburn did a good job against the Sooners managing the base paths, keeping the chaos mantra down.
Hitters count here. 3-1 now to Jackson Willits.
Tie game, runner on first base, 3-1. You get a green light. Just come unglued on it.
That one skips over to Surlwick. They'll toss that one out of play. I mean, it hits turf. Is the ball that damaged by turf?
No, just a little bit dirtier, I guess. It's not even dirty, right? It's wood chips under there. Just don't get them in your eye.
There's ball 4 to Willits, and the Sooners have the go-ahead run in scoring position now.
Patient at bat right there by Willits. Uncharacteristic 2 walks from Aiden King tonight.
2 walks and 6 strikeouts for King. Big opportunity for the Sooners. Dayton LaChance. He struck out in the second and flied out to the warning track in center his last time up in the 4th. Just had a 12-game hitting streak snapped on Sunday at Auburn. Skies this one out into left center, and it's the shortstop Lawson hanging on to that. Looked like it almost hit the heel of his glove and started to shoot back out the top, but he hangs on. 2 gone. LaChance was trying to ambush one.
Yeah, that's a big league pop-up, Chad. Some people get scared of heights from up there. Good job by the shortstop making that play.
So it's up to Desan Harris if the Sooners are to take the lead. Harris 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball to left tonight. Bounces it up there. How are you as far as the scared of heights situation?
Yeah, I love them, man. I love heights. You know, you got to have the right equipment. You know, if I'm on a plane with the door open, I hope I got to shoot kind of thing. But
I think that goes without saying. Yeah,
I'd be okay with that. You know, even if I had to jump out with that one, somebody come catch me. It'd be fun.
That doesn't surprise me. 1-0 is in there to Harris.
Lifelong dream. Want to go skydiving once. I might be in a wheelchair when you get me up there, but just get me up there one time.
You got to make that happen, man.
Yeah, I do.
1-1 slash foul. An advantage count here now for King. And Harris will have a battle on his hands. Just a beautiful night here in Norman. Mostly overcast when the game started, but some scattered clouds and sun. Looks beautiful. Setting off to the west. No wind. About 65 degrees. And a pitcher's duel. Aiden King, 87 pitches for him. Still got a couple of innings work in that arm in all likelihood, if they choose to go that way. Bullpen's pretty quiet for the Gators.
It's your horse, and I think the bridge guy is going to be the question for the Gators this weekend. Got to find a way to get to that closer.
Harris hits another one foul.
Reitner, the freshman, throws 100. I think if Aiden King's got to go 8, he'll go 8 to get to Reitner.
Third inning, the most troublesome. Sooners got their run, though, in the 5th. Still 2 strikes on Harris. You showed the A&M win for Aiden King, where he threw 121 pitches through 107 against Georgia in 7 2/3. 98. In fact, his last 4 outings, he's thrown 90 or more pitches. We try to sneak in behind Gamble with Brendan Lawson, and Gamble able to dive back in. Desan Harris, 333 hitter. Got him swinging, 7 strikeouts. Fastball up and in. 2 more strikeouts in the inning for King. 2 men left by the Sooners. We go to the 7th, and Norman tied at 1. 1-1, a pitcher's duel moving to the 6th in this series opener at Camry Family Stadium in Norman. And this game is getting more and more mercurious, because LJ Mercurius has been replaced by Xander Mercurius, his freshman younger brother, who has been excellent out of the bullpen for Skip Johnson and the Sooners.
Yeah, guys, not afraid of the moment. 0-0 record on the year. 4.56. He's brought that down a little bit. Had a few rough outings, but a kid that just comes right at you. 24 strikeouts to 7 walks. Pounds his zone with a fastball up to 96. He's a fun to watch too, man. Talking to himself between every pitch.
Yeah, maybe talking to the opposing dugout a little bit as well.
Hey, I think he stays with himself. I'm going to stick with that. So does Aiden King. Everybody just try to talk themselves up. A lot of good self-talk out there, Chad.
Boy, he is great at that. And the thing that Skip Johnson loves so much about him is just his flat-out competitiveness. And you'll see it. You can sense his competitiveness, Blake, and it feels like, and you ask his teammates, they feed off of that.
Absolutely. And his brother has the same confidence, but a little bit more quieter.
Reserved.
Yeah,
more
reserved. Yeah.
Oklahoma's pitching has been very good tonight, though. Leading things off is Carson Bowen. He's singled in the 2nd. So Kate Leon was first out of the gate for Skip Johnson and the Sooners. 2 scoreless innings, gave 3 hits, no walks, and 1 strikeout. And then LJ Mercurius for 4 innings. He gave 1 hit, 1 unearned run, also no walks, and 2 strikeouts. 1-1 here to Bowen. 12 Gators in a row retired by LJ Mercurius as he headed out the door. 2-1 the count. How about the repertoire for Xander Mercurius?
Pretty similar to his brother. It's a fastball up to 95, 96 at times. It's a small frame, so it kind of looks like it's jumping at you. With a really good slider, does a lot of that. Weak contact.
Good play by Willits, who's committed but 2 errors this year and is a Brooks Wallace Award semifinalist. 1 down, 13 straight retired. Xander Mercurius is a big fan of the spread known as Nutella, the hazelnut spread. How about you, Blake?
Yeah, gotta agree with him on that one, man.
This pitch is hit foul and out of play by Cade Curlin. So what is your go-to? Are you Nutella with bread, with crackers, with a banana with what's the go-to? What's the option?
I might blow your mind a little bit here, Chad.
Okay.
All right, you go PB&J, right? Strawberry jelly, marshmallow cream. My dad calls it a fluffernutter.
Okay.
It is amazing. Just stack it up, triple deck it, quadruple deck it, you know.
Okay, but I didn't hear Nutella in there anywhere.
Well, I'm just saying you were asking sandwiches,
Oh,
but
gotcha.
I enjoy the Nutella as well. It's a different, you kind of throw that on there sometimes. It doesn't matter if you got the strawberry jelly in there as well.
Yeah. It's either Swedish or Swiss origin. It's one of Europe's finest exports, without question. But maybe one of Xander Mercurius' superpowers. I'll just use a spoon. I don't need any accoutrements to go along with it. And I'm not sure that Xander needs it either. Strikeout, throwing gas as he gets Cade Kurland for the second out in the 7th inning.
Yeah, the fastball, middle, blows it by Kurland. He's not happy with something that Matthew Wilbanks behind home plate said, did during that at bat. Got something to say.
So bases empty, 2 gone. Here is Caden McDonald. McDonald has hit 2 ground balls and is 0 for 2 tonight. Xander Mercurius with a fastball for a strike. Again, it was McDonald who hit that ground ball to third. Oklahoma got a force play, but Kyle Brandt's taken the throw on a slide by Cade Kurland, who was called for sliding out of the baseline out there. A run scored on the play. However, when you get that slide play to protect the fielders out there, the runners have to go back to the bases at which they started. So the runner had to go back to third. At the time, that was Ethan Surowick. And Oklahoma got a double play out of it and got out of the inning without giving runs. This pitch fouled out by McDonald. Man, what a huge play in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, crazy to think where this game would be without that. Only get 1 out in there. If Florida scores a run, it's at least a 2-1 game, maybe more.
Full count here to Caden McDonald. Great energy here at Kimry Family Stadium. Called strike 3. Oh, beg your pardon. I thought I saw the arm come up. So are you going with outside on that pitch? We'll get a look at the replay. And pardon me.
It ain't high. I know that. It's going to be a slider away. Yeah.
That's outside.
Yeah. Good call. His arm going up was calling for more baseballs from the Oklahoma dugout.
You are right. That is the first walk issued by Oklahoma pitching tonight. It gets Colton Schwartz to the plate for the Gators. Potential tying run aboard for Florida here in the 7th. Colton's sister Taylor is a 2-time national champion as a Gator softball player. Oklahoma has the #1 softball team in the country. They're playing down at Texas A&M this weekend. There's the 2-1 in there and a called strike. So 2-2.
Job by Dayton LaChance right there, bringing that fastball up on the outside corner. I think he stole one there.
We'll throw over to check Cade McDonald over there. Branch dives, but it's under his glove and out into right field. And the Gators able to move the potential go-ahead run into scoring position with 2 down. That is the first hit for Florida since a single in the 3rd inning by Kyle Jones.
Caden McDonald using the whole field right here. Fastball away. Nice job. Short, bad path. Pokes it through the 4-hole. Thought Kyle Branch had a good effort on this play. A play you think he comes up with all the time. Shocked when he doesn't.
Hayden Yost, the right fielder, with the go-ahead run in scoring position for the Gators in the 7th. Yost scored the first Florida run. He hit a ground ball, and the throw to first was dropped for an error. He came all the way around to score on Blake Sears' sacrifice fly. That was back in the 3rd. Swings through a fastball. One hopper knocked down by Camden Johnson. Scrambles to it and didn't get him. Bases are loaded now for the Gators with 2 gone. Hard hit ball. And really got a piece of Camden Johnson using his body to keep that ball on the infield.
Going to be interesting to see which way they score this. This was well hit by Schwartz. Catches Camden Johnson right in the midsection. Good job by Connor Larkin getting off the first base bag, saving this one from being extra bases.
And that ball was scalded by Hayden Yost. Brandon Lee, the Oklahoma trainer, came out. Camden Johnson said, "I'm fine." I think he's more upset about not getting the out. But the Gators have Kyle Jones at the plate. 2 gone, but the bases loaded, trying to take the lead. Xander Mercurius misses a little bit low. Kyle Jones is 1 for 3 tonight. He had a base hit back in the 3rd. They have charged an error down there at 3rd on that play. Tough error to take for Camden Johnson. So it is McDonald at 3rd, Schwartz at 2nd, Yost at 1st. And opportunity here for Florida. Jackson Willits, this is a veteran shortstop here. He's going to lead the way out to try to settle down the Sooner freshman right-hander. Oklahoma talking it over. It is walk, base hit, error to load him up for Florida.
Yeah, all with 2 outs. Nice job extending this inning, passing the stick. Now you got an advantage count with one of your best hitters at the plate, Kyle Jones.
14 straight Gators had been retired. Now 3 straight have reached. And ball 3 with no place to go. LaChance throws in to 3rd to try to catch McDonald napping back to the bag, to no avail. Oklahoma had not issued a walk tonight. They've issued 1 in the inning. And there's number 2 that breaks the 1-1 tie. Bases loaded walk to Jones, and Caden McDonald scores to make it 2-1 Florida on a bases loaded walk.
These are the kind of innings that make you pull your hair out as a coach. Got 2 outs, the hardest to get. That sometimes that 3rd is elusive. This fastball is just spiked about 52 feet. Aiden LaChance playing his best cricket.
So 2 walks in the inning have cost Oklahoma the tie ball game. And Mercurius deals with Brendan Lawson, who is 0 for 3 tonight. Hit foul as he whacks it down the 3rd base line. And 0-2 now to Lawson.
Got to limit the damage here. Got Lawson down 0-2. Find a way to get a weak contact, get out of the inning.
Florida retaking the lead in the 7th. 0-2. Again foul. Lawson with a couple of ground outs tonight and struck out in the 6th inning. Has been a clutch hitter his first nearly 2 seasons in Gainesville. This is a big situation for Florida right here. And 1-2 now.
Brendan Lawson on every pitch that Mercurius has served up. See if he can come through and connect, break this game open.
To first, and Larkin says, I will take it myself. He does. But the Gators go back on top, and we reach the 7th inning stretch in this one with Florida leading Oklahoma 2-1. Here, Aiden King, the SEC's ERA leader, has given just 1 earned run tonight. He has been very good. A couple of walks and 7 strikeouts. He's at the 90 pitch mark, Blake.
Yeah, he's just been commanding the fastball all night long. Look at this one at the knees. Up in the zone, getting swing and miss. Fastball up. Mixes in the changeup. That's fastball right down the middle of Jackson Willits. Just commanding the zone, mixing in off speed when he can. Giving up just that 1 run. Feel like that little insurance to put the Gators ahead might be enough for Aiden King.
He has thrown over 90 pitches now his last 5 starts. Deals with Larkin, who's had his number. Larkin has 2 of the 4 Oklahoma hits. A base hit in the 3rd, a double, and then scored the run for Oklahoma in the 5th. Two and 1 the count. Let's send it down to the field and Carly Murray.
I spoke with the freshman Connor Larkin pregame, who has just been getting really good playing time and playing well at that. And I asked him, what's been working for you? Have you been talking to Dayton Talkie while he's out? And he said, yes, he's actually really been guiding me and mentoring me and teaching me. He's a really funny guy, but he can crack down on me when he needs to. It's just really cool to see the freshman blossom, guys, as he's been called up as of late.
There's Dayton Talkie. Thank you, Carly, over there. Again, Talkie got shaken up his shoulder in game number 3 at Auburn, out at second base, sliding back into second base on a back pick play. But Connor Larkin has filled in very well for him tonight. And Oklahoma's used several different guys down at first base. Dayton LaChance, the catcher's played down there. Larkin a fly ball foul down the left field line. Full count. Oklahoma's bullpen is active. Looks like there's some activity out in the Florida pen as well. As Larkin fouls another one off. Tough to remove Aiden King from this game, though.
Just a competitor, right? Never wants to come out, but the stuff matches.
Gets Larkin for the first time tonight.
I mean, when he's doing stuff like that, almost 100 pitches in, this is fastball. It's what's been doing all night long. That's elevated on the black away. Getting Connor Larkin to get out in front, away from his body, strike out.
8 strikeouts on the night, 69 on the season for Aiden King. And here's Kyle Branch for Oklahoma. Branch figured into Oklahoma's run in the 5th. He laid down a sacrifice bunt that got Larkin down to 3rd. And then Larkin scored on a ground ball by Jason Walk 1 batter later. 2-0 on Kyle Branch. And King peppers a strike through there. Been talking a lot about these two teams and their resumes. Oklahoma, RPI-wise, sitting in good shape, 18th. And Florida is 14th. You just build more points every game that you play because 8 of the top 19 RPI by D1 baseball are SEC teams. 2-2 is whacked foul, and as Skip Johnson said, every time you go out there, it's an opportunity. And that's the way that you have to look at it. Yeah, it's difficult, but difficulty brings opportunity.
Yeah, even if you go down 0-2 in the series, you got to find a way to win that third because it only just helps your resume. I've always liked that 30 win mark, Chad. You know, a team gets to 30, especially in a league like the SEC, you got a really good chance of making the postseason.
And the winner tonight will get to 30. As Branch battles away. Strike 3 called. That is a fastball perfectly located by King for his 9th strikeout of the night against only 2 walks.
Seems like every strikeout he's had tonight has been this fastball located. I mean, you've seen it all night long. Wherever he wants to throw that fastball is where he puts it. This is at the knees, freezes him.
You know, those skeptics of catchers who go down and catch basically on one knee. Let's watch that frame job one more time by Carson Bowen, because we talk about why do guys, it's not necessarily to get throws off to try to throw out base runners. There's nobody on base. They go down for that frame up job, Blake, and that's what we're talking about there with Bowen framing that pitch up.
Absolutely. People are leaning towards trying to steal strikes than take steals away from other teams as far as stolen bases. Getting strike one's important, as they've done all night. Here's Aiden King getting down 0-2 again.
Jason Walk has driven in the Sooner run. He's also walked, but he's down 0-2 against King, who's trying to strike out the side. That one skips back. 108 pitches for King.
Seems like he just gets better with the lead, right?
Mm-hmm. The most he's thrown is that 121 pitch performance in the win last week against A&M. But this is the second most he's thrown in a game. Hit foul and out of play. Gators have been without Jackson Barberry in the bullpen. Luke McNeely, we'll see about him. But Joshua Reitner, when he is going good, he throws about 100 for one of those arms out of the pen. This staff is deep with talent. 2-2 now to Jason Walk. This one lifted foul. Nobody will be able to reach it. It'll stay 2-2 on Walk. Oklahoma would love for the top of the lineup to have an opportunity. Got that one. Careful going down the hill now. Got a little dew on the grass. Successfully navigated. Ball 3. Even Walk wasn't sure. Okay, if we had the challenge system in that they have in the professional ranks,
Aiden King's reaction. Lively, man. I'd love to play with this kid.
3-2 pitch, and there's strike 3 called. He strikes out the side, does King in the 7th. Aiden King, impressive, building momentum through 7 tonight, Blake.
Guess what? Fastball in, located again. Strikeout number 9. Jason Walk didn't like the call, but there it is.
Pitchers duel tonight here at Camry Family Stadium in the opener of this 3-game series. Gators have 2 unearned runs on the board. Oklahoma has a run. We got a 2-1 ball game. Aiden King has pitched through 7 innings and looked like the SEC's ERA leader. He has struck out 10 Oklahoma Sooners and walked only 2. And Xander Mercurius is the 3rd Oklahoma pitcher of the night. Xander Mercurius gave up a bases-loaded walk to Kyle Jones in the 7th inning. That is the lead for the Gators right now. He settles back in and works to Blake Sear. Low and in for the first pitch to Sear. Sear is 0 for 2, but he delivered the first Florida run with the sacrifice fly to left field back in the 3rd that scored Hayden Yost. And Xander Mercurius missing outside, falling behind a couple of these Florida hitters. And Skip Johnson makes the walk out. See if it's a pitching change or just a little refocus of his freshman here.
And a little bit of overthrowing in my mind. Skip's got just get in his ear, tell him his stuff is good enough. Stop trying to make it nasty. Just find a better location for it.
Riding the competitiveness of Xander Mercurius. Blake Sear, Ethan Surowick, and then Carson Bowen. 3, 4, and 5 in the Florida lineup here to try to build a little insurance in the 8th. But that is ball 3. Oklahoma, plenty of arms available out in the bullpen.
Jackson Cleveland.
There's a check swing foul ball in on the hands of Sear. Yeah, Jackson Cleveland, as you said, Blake, who's been, for the most part, Oklahoma's closer. He's got 6 saves this year. High, deep drive, straightaway left field. Blake Sear can touch them all as he blasts one out of here. And that is 7 home runs in the last 8 games for the red hot, even searing hot Blake Sear. He's given Florida a 3-1 lead in the 8th.
Just what he's been doing, man. Gets a 3-2 count, knows a fastball's coming. From Xander Mercurius, it doesn't miss. Haven't seen the ball fly extremely well tonight. Get to see another swing at it. Elevated, on time, and out front. Smoked. People running away from that ball out there, Chad.
That is going to do it for Xander Mercurius. Fell behind Sear. Oh, I think that was a layup line there coming to the end. Did I see that?
Yeah, absolutely.
A Euro step
yeah.
and a layup.
Just make sure you hit the square.
Yeah, and make sure you hit home plate as well. That's always important. Oklahoma pitching change with nobody out, and Florida has padded the lead. It's now 2 runs here in the 8th. 7th home run in 8 games for Blake Sear, and it's his 2nd run driven in tonight. That was a no-doubter. Got all of it to left field and gone out of here. So Sear, 45 runs driven in. Ties the Gators team lead with his 11th big fly. Ties Brendan Lawson. And Jason Bowden is on to try to hold Florida where they are. Jason Bowden, very reliable guy for the most part out of the bullpen for Skip Johnson, but he's run into a couple of rough patches here recently. 2/3 of an inning, gave 4 runs against Auburn. The thing about it is he does not give many hits. He's only given 3 hits in his last 9 1/3 innings, but the walks, he's given 12 walks over that span.
Yeah, it's up to 17 on the year now. When he's in the zone, he's really good. The fastball's really good. It's a wipeout slider as well. It's all the question of getting strike one, staying in the zone for him.
Surowick, first pitch swinging, bounces one to Willits. So Bowden does get strike one because he gets a ground ball to his shortstop, Jackson Willits. Carson Bowen, the catcher, will bat next. He's 1 out of 3 tonight. Jackson Willits so good out there at short. Man, there are shortstops all over the place in this league. The 2 in this game. Talk about draftable guys coming out, and get to watch several games with Justin LeBron, the Alabama shortstop. Kyle Branch, Oklahoma's second baseman. His brother Colby at Georgia. You better have an elite shortstop in the SEC, man.
Clearly. You normally see the talent go up the middle of the field, right? Your catcher is pretty good behind the plate, shortstop, center fielder, but I mean it is 16 teams deep in the SEC.
1-1 pitch inside from Bowden to Bowen. Second season at Oklahoma for the Orange, Texas native. Started his career at Texas A&M. This is downstairs. Jason Bowden, 31 relief appearances for Oklahoma last year, second most in the SEC. Behind in the count against Carson Bowen, who rips one right to third. Down to one knee goes Camden Johnson, and that's out number 2.
Job by Bowden getting 2 quick outs coming in from the bullpen.
Second baseman number 4, Cade Curlin.
Here's Cade Curlin. Curlin had a base hit back in the second. Jason Bowden out of the pen, the 4th Sooner pitcher of the night. Caden Leon went the first 2. Then L.J. Mercurius was very good, followed by Xander Mercurius. And now Bowden comes in, and he's going to get 3 straight Florida hitters and get out of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Florida leads this series opener 3-1. To baseball here. And a pitching change for Florida. Aiden King, 7 innings of 4-hit ball with 10 strikeouts. And Ernesto Lugo Canchola, the senior out of Pleasant Grove, Utah, comes in. And Oklahoma, no offense to Ernesto, but happy that he is in the game rather than Aiden King, who was his excellent self tonight with 114 pitches, Blake.
Absolutely, man. He's spotting up the fastball, man. It was just the key to his appearance all night long, just mixing in the slider when he could. This is a highly used lefty out of O'Sullivan's bullpen. 4.2 rate, 27 1/3 innings pitched. Look at that, 36 strikeouts to just 8 walks.
And he's got a circuitous route to Gainesville, Florida. He faces the Oklahoma leadoff man, Camden Johnson, and deals him a strike. 2022 Salt Lake Community College for Ernesto Lugo Canchola. And then was at Utah at 2024, was at Northwest Nazarene University last year, and now he's a Gator. 1-1 the count here. Camden Johnson 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts against King. And now 2-1.
Luca Canchola has given up 6 home runs on the year. Runs into the long ball occasionally.
Always tough to be the man who follows the man. And Aiden King, naturally, when you got a guy that good, he comes out of the game, and you've got an opposing dugout that's like, all right, let me get over that bat rack and get out there.
Absolutely. Somebody else other than King out there, I'm all over it.
Aiden King in position to pick up his 8th win and lower his already league-leading ERA. And right in, firing a strikeout, is Lugo Canchola. That is 5 strikeouts in a row for Florida pitching.
Yeah, again, fastball location, Gator baseball. We're going to strike you out. We're going to do it on the heater all night long.
So Cam Johnson strikes out for the 3rd time in this game, and Brendan Brock is greeted with a strike. Aiden King struck out every batter in the Oklahoma lineup at least once outside of Trey Gamble. Brendan Brock is 1 for 3. Brendan Brock had a base hit back in the 3rd. There is Aiden King. Job well done. Career high 10 strikeouts and only 2 walks. The 1 run surrendered. 3-0 now to Brendan Brock. Sooners would take a walk that could bring the potential tying run to the plate. And there is a 1-out walk to Brendan Brock, who reaches base for the 2nd time tonight. That's the 3rd walk that Oklahoma has drawn.
Now batting for the Sooners, designated hitter number 20, Trey Gamble.
They're pretty carefree at bat right there by Brock.
So a little conversation here. Kevin O'Sullivan to talk it over with Ernesto Lugo Canchola. And I think that's going to do it for him. So he faces 2 and gives up the walk and exits.
Yeah, I think you got to, right? Speed on the base pass, tying run at the plate. Get him out of there, get your workhorse out of the bullpen.
Oklahoma's lineup feeling a little fresher with Aiden King out of the game. We'll tell you about the new Florida pitcher when we return to Norman. Here for the Gators, leading this game 3-1, trying to keep the Oklahoma offense at bay. And back to the bullpen for Joshua Reitner, the hard-throwing freshman from Tampa. He can get it up there to about 100 miles an hour. Elbow injury in 2025. He had a redshirt year last year, but he can bring it. And Oklahoma has the potential tying run coming to the plate here with Trey Gamble.
Yeah, 27 innings, 38 strikeouts, 12 walks. ERA's up to 4. Oklahoma's got to like your chances. Speed on the base pass. Find a way to put one across here. Give yourself a chance in the 9th.
That one hits Trey Gamble. And so now the potential tying run is aboard. So they don't have to risk running Brock. He'll take it easy into second base. A walk and a hit batsman. And Jackson Willits is in for Oklahoma. This game could change in a hurry, Blake, if it hasn't already.
College baseball is a crazy game, man. Baseball in general. It's got to find a way to keep the momentum in your dugout. You've got 1 out. You're still 1 pitch away if you're Reitner. Find a ground ball.
Willits takes outside. He drew a walk back in the 6th inning. He's also flied to left and struck out tonight. It was a midweek game about a week and a half ago, and Jackson Willits delivered a game-winning grand slam for Oklahoma. In a big spot right here. Good speed out there. And low and in, 2-0. Florida bullpen still active.
I think you got a take sign on if you're Reggie Willits. Dayton LeChance, big power guy, can separate this game. 2-0 count here.
It's 3 balls, no strikes. And the bullpen unable to find the strike zone here. Lugo Canchola walked Brock. Gamble was hit by Reitner. And now 3-0 coming to Willits. Get me over fastball there. Scalded into right center field. Jackson Willits has given Oklahoma a couple of runs here. He's charging to third. Brendan Brock scores. Right behind him, Gamble. And it's a 3-3 ball game. This is the guy that Oklahoma wants up in that situation. We have just seen why. A 2-run triple for Jackson Willits and a 3-3 ball game.
Again, advantage count, Chad. Times up the fastball. It's 96, but Jackson Willits right on time to it, right at the letters. Thought this had a chance to get out. Just stays at the wall to give him a triple. Gets stuck in the fence. It should have been just a double.
Yeah, you're right about that. This is ripped on the ground to third, and they've got Jackson Willits caught up in a rundown. The catcher Bowen runs him back, and the tag is applied there by Schwartz. On the play, Dayton LeChance, who hit that ball, does wind up at second with the potential go-ahead run. And let's check here and just make sure that Colton Schwartz, who applied the tag, is okay. Willits just kind of stopped in his tracks, and Schwartz came over the top of him. Kevin O'Sullivan will come out to check on his third baseman. So hard hit ball to third. Willits tried to freeze, but that ball was hit so hard it got on Schwartz quickly, and they're able to get Willits out.
Yeah, Willits gets hung up here, just tries to go straight down. Can only hope he's all right.
Jared Schweim, the trainer, out along with Kevin O'Sullivan. You know, it's of no consequence now, but let's look back at the triple as it wound up by Willits.
Yeah, this is what you get with that chain link fence. You got pad in between there. It hits just perfectly enough to get stuck down in there. That should just be a double and a runner on third base. Sooners stole a run.
Inconsequential now as we have played on, but this game is tied at 3-3. I think those guys enjoyed it out there, but I think they're enjoying everything.
Probably just got back from a graduation ceremony, celebrating their classmates, doing the right thing out there as young gentlemen.
Colton Myers has now come in to play third base. They'll allow him some warm-up tosses. In the meantime, Reitner is also taking some warm-up tosses. It is 2 down in the inning. Oklahoma has gotten 2 on a triple by Jackson Willits. He gets hung up in that rundown that went from Schwartz to Bowen back to Schwartz to apply the tag. But Oklahoma still has the potential lead run out there because on the rundown, you know, Willits was watching LeChance round first base, Blake, and that's one reason he just went down to make them have to come and tag him and waste a little time.
I think you're right on that. It took me a while to understand. But getting to LeChance to second base with 2 outs right here scores him on a hit.
Deshaun Harris now with a chance to give Oklahoma the lead. Reitner misses up. Bottom of the 8th inning, a brand new ball game. And Harris hits this one foul. The triple for Willits, his 3rd of the year. He's now driven in 37 runs. Oklahoma's got 14 triples as a team this year. And the plate umpire here, Matthew Wilbanks, out to say something to Reitner. Upstairs to Harris. Advantage count for the hitter, Harris, with a chance to give Oklahoma the lead. Rips it hard on the ground, and he has given Oklahoma the lead. Deshaun Harris comes through for Oklahoma. The Sooners have gotten 3 in the 8th to take the lead from Florida. It's 4-3 Oklahoma.
Kind of played into it all night long, Chad. A guy that just goes about his business. Finally found his way into the lineup, and here he does. Puts his team ahead by 1 with a quick swing. Look at this. Little backdoor breaker. Right on top of it. Shoots it through the 4-hole to give his team the lead.
As you said, he's done it his entire career. Now Harris going to try to steal. He slides in safely. The ball's going to skim into center field. And Harris winds up at 3rd with a stolen base. And the first Gators error of the night.
Now you put pressure. It's the chaos mentality. Take the lead, steal a base, make a throw. 50 errors on the year for the Gators.
Deshaun Harris, 10 of 11 in the stolen base department. Connor Larkin tries to continue his good night. He has singled, doubled, and scored a run. Downstairs.
The clutch 2-out hit, Chad. Just being able to separate yourselves in the moment that is big.
Out in front of that one. Well, he was guessing right, almost too right. But the walk and the hit batsman in the inning have each come in to score. And Deshaun Harris has given Oklahoma the lead. Check swing, or did he? They appeal down to 3rd, and Alfredo Burkeen says no swing. It is 3-1 on Larkin. He's the 7th batter of the inning. Swing and a miss. Full count now. Got him swinging, and the inning is over. But Oklahoma has taken the lead in the 8th. They'll try to close it out and get a series opening W off the bat of Deshaun Harris. That's when we return. It's been pitchers duel. Aiden King was excellent for Florida tonight. The Sooners, they'll get into the Florida bullpen in the 8th and take the lead. 1-0 Florida after the 3rd inning, and Gators were able to get an insurance run here from Blake Sear. They carried a 3-1 lead into the bottom of the 8th inning. When chaos happened, it is Jackson Willits' 2-run triple to tie it. He got caught up in a rundown trying to score from 3rd, but Deshaun Harris came through for Oklahoma. RBI single drives in Dayton LeChance. 4-3 Oklahoma And the Sooners turn to the man who has been their closer for the most part this year, has 6 saves. It is Jackson Cleveland in to try to close it out for Oklahoma in the 9th. Jackson Cleveland out of Deer Park, Texas, University of Miami transfer. Also spent his freshman year at North Central Texas College and his sophomore year at Lamar. Then Miami last year, but he's kind of evolved into a closer for Oklahoma. Blake, why is that?
I think it's the stuff, right? It's kind of like a high 3/4. Guy's got some power that's 95. Seems like everything that comes out of Oklahoma bullpen is 95 plus, right? But it's the breaking ball and just the attitude of just being able to go into one inning and shut the door.
Florida have been very good in these top 25 road games. The Sooners have turned the tables on them with that 8th inning rally. Lower third of the order here for Florida. Caden McDonald, Colton Schwartz, and Hayden Yost are the scheduled hitters against Jackson Cleveland. Fastball misses a little bit outside. Caden McDonald walked and scored in the 7th. He is 0 for 2 officially. Cleveland deals him a strike. Jackson Cleveland is the 5th Oklahoma pitcher, but that was expected. Skip Johnson using the bullpen approach tonight. 1-1 is fouled off. Caden Leon went the first 2 innings. Then L.J. Mercurius went 4. Xander Mercurius, Jason Bowden, and now Jackson Cleveland. Trying to get him to chase an elevated fastball. And a breaking pitch has popped up on the infield right by home plate. Dayton LaChance, the catcher, without number 1. Same 2 teams tomorrow at 6. What a pitching matchup. Liam Peterson of Florida and Cameron Johnson for Oklahoma. Pinch hitter coming here. Colton Schwartz will be lifted. Schwartz down in the number 8 spot. And Landon Stripling will get a shot. Lefty bat against the Oklahoma right-hander. Stripling Jr., he's a Texas Tech transfer. Skies this one into shallow right field. In comes Brendan Brock. 2 gone. And Oklahoma is an out away from quite a rally for a win in Norman to start this series.
Feels like you kind of steal this one, right? If you pull this 3rd out off, putting up 3 in the 8th. Aiden King controlled this game the whole way through and then hands it off to the bullpen. And the Sooners took care of business to this point.
Another pinch hitter is going to be Jacob Kendall, batting in the 9 spot for Hayden Yost. Gators still with the shot, though. 1 out to play with, and the top of the order on deck if somehow Kendall could reach. Freshman from St. Augustine, Florida. And 2-0 now. Oklahoma 3 runs, bottom of the 8th inning. Jackson Cleveland trying to make it stick. And a foul tip there by Kendall. '29th game in which Kendall has appeared. This is his 50th at bat. He's got a couple of home runs, driven in 12. And that's a base hit to right. Tying run is aboard with 2 down. And the top of the order, Kyle Jones. That is all you ask for if you are Kevin O'Sullivan and the Gators. You see, Dayton Taki is now playing first base for Oklahoma. He has replaced Connor Larkin. And here's Kyle Jones. Been on base twice tonight. Singled in the 3rd, walked in the 7th. He is 1 out of 3, as you see. Jackson Cleveland. And there's a strike.
Imagine to see a couple more of those in this at bat. Slider's really good. That was spotted up on the black.
Gators down to their final strike. Pair of tough sliders to handle there for Kyle Jones. Not biting on that one. Got him swinging. And win number 30 in 2026 for Oklahoma comes in dramatic, come from behind fashion. Jackson Cleveland, Oklahoma's 5th pitcher of the ball game, closes it out. Oklahoma moves to 3-1 in the all-time series. The Sooners are 30-16 on the season, 12-10 in the SEC. Florida falls to 29-17, and they are 500 at 11-11 in conference play. What an 8th inning rally. Blake Brewster, Jackson Willits with the 2-run triple and the game-winning hit from Deshaun Harris in a 4-3 victory.
Just goes to show you're never out of a baseball game. Got to find a way to get to the bullpen. Aiden King was in control all night long through 7 innings. You hand it off to the bullpen. The Sooners do the rest.
Jackson Cleveland closes it out. He gets the final 3 outs of the night for Oklahoma. Sooners just kept chipping away. And the final strikeout on a fastball from Jackson Cleveland.
Yeah, fastball elevated to get Kyle Jones swinging for the 3rd time tonight.
Back to talk to the man who got the game-winning hit, Deshaun Harris.